22nd of November. And yeah, in Vermont, we have had some snow already this season, and they're skiing. Although I don't know if today is quite warm enough for, sorry, cool enough for what people might want. Anyway, I'm super excited today, going back to a sort of traditional teaching of yoga and, frankly, of scientific study, which is the fact that the body hears everything that the mind says. So whether you're saying it sort of in that voice, or you have that itty bitty shti committee saying it to you, knowingly or unknowingly, your body is taking cues from that. So today we're going to focus more on listening to the body and what the body has to say for itself. And I was laughing because I recently watched the second version of This is Spinal Tap. And they do this song called Listen to What the Flower People Say. That might not be the title, but it made me think, listen to what your flower body says. So we're going to do a sequence that is sort of derivative of a moon salutation, because the moon tends to be calming. The moon gives us the sense of wonder, and La Luna is the female side of the spectrum, let's call it, the feminine side, not female side. So we're going to start standing. And if you would go ahead and find your way to standing. I'm just going to shake everything out to start off. This is not part of the moon salutation. Give your arms and your hands and your wrists and your fingers, your legs, foghorn, leghorn, and then a little bit of qigong kind of energetic work. You may have been up for a while, but I did have a flu shot yesterday, so I slept until almost 8:30. So I'm glad to be with you here now. Down the front. Some people use fists for this. All right. And find your standing posture, nice and steady and firm. You do not have to be right at the front of your mat. You could be around the middle. Whew. Let's start with a little breath of joy. So heel toe the feet a little wider than your bony hips, so about your wide hips. And this is kind of like, I like to say, even though I don't know if it's true, it's sort of like chair pose / skiing / a woohoo kind of feel. So we lift the arms up. We bend the knees and we whoosh, arms behind. Inhale up, bend the knees, whoosh. One more, whoosh. And we rise up and draw the hands together at the heart. Still not doing the moon salutation yet. Find a little rocking and rolling on your feet until you can find some equilibrium. You might try it in both directions just to get a sense for all four corners, all the edges of the feet, including the tops of the toes, or the balls of the toes, if you will. So you can center, so you can stabilize, and root into the ground. So in this case, your feet are probably, a fist or two's width apart. Begin to feel the energy of the earth below you and your body drawing up that energy. Allow the body to sup, if you will, to take nutrients from this energy, as if your inner arches are lifting that energy up, solidifying the legs, making them nice and solid like a mountain or a tree trunk. Your hips stack over your knees, your shoulders over your hips, and you have a long, long line of energy rising up toward the moon. I promise an additional piece of science, which is about focus. There was a study done on airline pilots where 8 to 10 times over the course of their process, I can't remember if it's a whole flight or taking off or landing or whatever, where they do a chin pull back, which increases their focus. So you're going to take the first 2 fingers of your right or left hand, doesn't matter, and you're going to bring them to your chin, just below the little what do you call it, dent above it. And rather than pushing down or up, you're going to push straight back. You might begin to feel the muscles in your neck begin to contract and get more powerful. We very rarely utilize these muscles in this way. And we're going to release, and we're going to take it again. Push back. This is probably what the F1 drivers are feeling, maybe more intense when they're preparing for a race. And we release. And fingers on, push back, and release. Let's do a few more. Fingers on, push back, and release. Loosen the other hand. Maybe switch hands, and fingers on chin, push back. Your neck gets a little elongated. Belly's not dropping forward, and release. 2 more times. Push. Feel the back of the neck. You might feel a little in the jaw, and release. And 1 more time. Push back and release. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Breathe in. Reach them behind you. Notice what the body is feeling, sort of right in this mid curve of the arms, and then release. Now draw your awareness to your heart, to your belly, to your legs, and feel what you feel. What is the body telling you? Maybe the body is saying, I need to be sturdier, so it's locking its knees. Not the best response. Don't you say that. I just said that. Because as we know, the body hears everything we say in our minds or out loud. Shrug the shoulders back up. Pay attention to what the body's saying as you slowly bring them backward and release like drapery behind you. And 1 more time. Up, back, and release. And now we will begin with an intention. This is the best way to help guide the body and allow the body to listen and to master the idea of its own power, its own ability, its own opportunity to grant permission, or perhaps not, to what the mind is saying. So we set an intention. It could be something very small. It could be about paying attention to the body during this practice, or focusing on the breathing, or no complaining. Could be something you take off the mat with you. That's why it's called practice. All right, we're going to reach the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Drop the hands by the sides. Reach them up and overhead. The palms pressed together. Strong in the heels and the balls of the feet. Torso is long. As we take a tilt to one side, it doesn't matter which side. Inhale, upright. And tilt to the other side. Inhale, upright. Take your hands to your hips and step your right foot to the back of the mat. We're going to turn sideways. Bring the toes out, the heels in, and find our goddess pose. So if your booty is kind of sticking out, remind it to get strong in the low back by getting strong in the belly. Arms into a cactus shape. Now we'll go ahead and strengthen the legs by lengthening them, lengthening the arms. Bend your front knee and maybe scoot your back heel, your right heel, out to parallel the back of the mat, and you're in a warrior 2. Reverse this warrior. Come back to your warrior two. As I said, we're going to take this one piece at a time. Lengthen your front leg. Triangle pose. We reach forward with the left arm. Drop it. It might just go by the knee or the thigh. It doesn't matter. And your other arm lifts up. We're going to go ahead and spin onto the back ball of the back foot and bring the hands down to the mat in a runner's lunge. I'm moving my left foot out because I'm listening to my body. And it's saying it needs more space for the hips. Heart is reaching forward and up. Right fingertips or palm down, hand to your hip. Lift halfway up with your chest and then twist to the left, navel around the spine. If you like, you might sweep your left arm forward and up, deepening the twist. You reach back with the right heel. Your body can do this. It's a matter of how deep you go or don't go. If you like a half bind, you might go ahead and bring that arm behind you. We come back to the runner's lunge, tap the back knee down. As we lift it back up, we lengthen the front leg. You do not shorten your stance here. I'm walking my hands back. Lift the toes off the mat. Reach the heart forward, the shoulders away from your ears. Hands crawl forward, just about level with your toes. Your front knee is bent again. I just widened my stance because I know where this is going. We're going to rise up to our crescent warrior. East-west twist, right arm forward, left arm behind. We're taking it one bit at a time. You can always take a different shape or move your back knee to the ground, which is also a different shape. Arms forward, lock them back into your shoulders, and twist the other way. Arms up overhead, hands frame your front foot, and step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift. This is where you stay if you have back or neck issues. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bend, we rise up to stand. And exhale, hands draw down to your hips for mountain pose. I'm going to remove a layer. So take a moment here and check in with whatever voice is in your head. Maybe there wasn't a voice. That's cool too. But let the body speak to you. What is the body feeling? Where do you have sensation? Is it deep sensation? Is it light sensation? Does it feel, I don't know, over challenged? Well, if that's the case, we maybe go a little softer on the other side. Let's go ahead and just open the chest as a little interstitial so the hands will come behind you. Maybe the fingers interlace or just lock together. We draw the knuckles down. You're lifting from the pelvis all the way up to the breastbone, and then all the way up to the throat, and all the way up to the crown of the head. What would you like to say to your body to allow it to feel comfortable, to allow it to find joy in this posture? I'm going to widen my feet a little bit. Everyone bend your knees, heart forward, belly up as you fold over your legs. You might stay in a half lift shape or come all the way down, opening up the shoulders and the chest. Nod the head, shake the head. We'll release, sit into our chair, bring our arms up overhead or by the ears. Thighs are as if they're spinning to each other. You might know the moon sequence and say this isn't part of the moon, saluting the moon. It's true. We're going to rise back up. We're back to saluting the moon, palms together. This time a tilt to one side. Doesn't matter where you start. And a tilt to the other. Rise up, hands to your hips. Step back and turn to the long edge of your mat. Heels in, toes out for goddess. You're going to adapt the moon, salute the moon by rising up into a 5-pointed star. Making a fist of your fingers and your thumbs are out like you're hitchhiking. Draw the belly in and the tailbone down. We'll find circles with the wrists. And back in the 5-pointed star with your power mudra. Draw back into your goddess pose. Open up those elbows. Nice. Hands to your hips. Lengthen your legs. Bring your left foot way to the back of the mat, parallel. And spin on your front heel coming into your warrior 2. Powered up in the belly, powered up in that back leg. We'll reverse the warrior. And yes, I have adapted the moon salutation. I think I mentioned that in the beginning. Return to warrior 2, straighten the front leg, maybe shorten your stance a little bit, and shift forward with that right hand. Pause for a moment. If you can shift forward more, if your body says, I have more space to work with, go ahead. Don't let the mind take over the body. Drop that hand, and it's a triangle pose. I'm going to go ahead and move my right foot back a little bit so I can come into my crescent warrior. You're spinning on the ball of the back foot. East-west pose, left arm forward, right arm behind. Letting the body find its balance, and we take it the other way. Arms overhead. We find our runner's lunge. Blocks if you need them. Left hand down. Right hand to your hip. Lift the heart forward and up and twist. Back knee can always come down to the mat. If you like, as you breathe in, you might drop the arms, sweep it forward, and lift it up. That does a really nice job helping you to activate the inner right thigh. And if you like a half bind, take it here. Right hand down, runner's lunge, tap your back knee, lengthen it out, and then lengthen your front leg, bringing your hands back, your chest down, and the ball of the right foot off the mat. And the ball of the foot comes down to the mat. We crawl back to the long edge of the mat. Toes in, heels out, a little halfway lift. I have the advantage of being able to see myself on the screen to know if my back is straight. Bring your feet as far away as possible. And go ahead and walk your hands over toward your right foot. Lift the ball of the left foot. Some of you might find you can keep your right foot all the way on the ground. Stretching out the inner thigh. We lift up and take it to the other side. We lift up and take it to the other side. And once again, lift up, take it to the other side. As we come back to our forward fold, we take a halfway lift. Nice long spine. Bring the biceps by the ears. Reach your sitting bones back and your heart forward. Bring your heels in, bend your knees, and lift back up. Goddess pose. Lengthen your legs, arms come into a T. That was a point where my mind really wanted to tell my body, you're too tired, stop this now. Hands to your hips, we step forward and return to our mountain pose. Beautiful, beautiful. We got some nice saluting of the moon, some movement, lots of focus. In fact, let's find our little focus exercise once again. First two fingers of your right or left hand on the chin, just below the crease. And rather than pushing down or up, you're just going to push the chin back and feel it in your neck. Release. And push back. And if your mind is telling you, what the heck is she doing? Don't let your body be influenced. Just check it out and feel it. Release. And push back. Release. We're going to take the other hand. Push back. Feel those neck muscles. Release. Push back. Release. And push back. Release. We're going to bring the hands by the sides of feet a little wider. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms can be overhead at your heart, on your hips. We're going to lock the arms back into the shoulders. On an inhale, float up to standing palms together. Once again, a little tilt to one side and a tilt to the other. Inhale, we'll release into a forward fold and step the left foot way back to the mat. If you need something to go underneath your knee when you bend it and bring it to the mat, go grab that now. And we're going to find our way to a lizard. So we'll untuck the back toes. Hands come inside your right foot and heel toe the right foot out to the right. Think about this more as the pelvis moving forward than the pelvis moving down. So to aid that, we peel open the right foot so we're on the outer edge and the inner edge is facing upward a bit. That might be enough. I can already feel that in my hip crease. You might, if you have a pillow or a block or something, as you press the hips forward, maybe the forearms come to that prop. If you try this and one forearm is way off, I would come back to your hands. Without any chastisement, without any negative energy, without any negative words. And we explore what the body is telling us. My body is telling me you're holding your left leg really tense. What happens if you loosen that, if you allow, give it permission to soften, then my pelvis moves forward a little bit more. It's really nice, this opening. Hands walk backward. Ready for this one? We're going to heel toe the right foot over to the other side of the mat to come into pigeon. Some of you might feel very ready for this and others of you maybe not, but don't tell yourself anything. Let the body explore. So maybe find a little back bend. Let that back leg sneak out of the hip socket. Hips are nice and squared up. Maybe there's a little back bend. If you have a quad stretch here, feel free to take it. You're welcome to stay here. Walk the hands forward so the forearms come to a block. Nice long back. Or if you're open enough, you might come all the way down to the mat. Maybe with your forehead on a block or not. If your right hip is way off the mat without any support, place something underneath it. I'm going to use my fist because that's all I need. Are you talking to your body or are you listening to it? When you're ready, you'll rise up to your palms, tuck your left toes under, swing into your plank, and pause. A little rock forward and backward. Right knee drops, left leg steps out, so left foot steps outside your left hand. Find a little space front to back of your right knee with the heel of your right hand. I can already feel the sides a little tighter, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to explore. So we heel toe the left foot out to the left, peel it open so we're on the outer edge of that foot. Now, oftentimes we just bring the chest down here. Instead, press into the shoelace side of your back foot and move your hips forward. And maybe this is where you stay. Or maybe, if you have enough space to work with, the forearms come to a block. You might notice that this side is tighter, but allow that to be in the body and not in the mind. Then the body can find its way slowly into opening. Hands plant back under the shoulders. I'm moving my prop to the left because I think I might need it. Heel toe the left foot way to the right, over to the right wrist to find your pigeon. Might feel very different on this side. My knee has to bend more on this side, but that's what it does. So I find my length. I open up the collarbones, pressing energy into the shoelace side of the back foot so that the heel of the back foot is pointing straight to the sky. If you have a quad stretch, feel free to take it here. Whenever you're ready, if you are ready, the hands can come forward. Head rests on something. And again, if the flesh on the left hip and bottom are more than like a half inch away from the mat, place something underneath them. Loosen those shoulders by allowing the elbows to bend outward. Listen to the body. Where does it feel tight? Where does it need permission to soften? Are there parts of the body that can influence other parts of the body in a manner that helps you open up? And once again, we walk the hands back under the shoulders, remove your props. This time, we will come to a seat. Swinging your right leg around. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Knees drop out. If you have a pillow or something that you can place sort of just, what is that word, obliquely to your hips, go ahead and do that. That might be too much for you, but the idea here is we're going to find our way into a back bend with the bottom almost as if it's lifting off the mat. I'm not going to use blocks, so you don't need to either. Sitting bones connected to the earth, elbows draw in, almost looking as if your arms are completely behind you. Do not arch your low back. So this is about the mid back, the shoulder blades drawing together, the heart lifting up. So we guide the body by paying attention to the body, maybe without using words. Start to feel a little bit of tilt of the pelvis forward and up, a drawing lengthwise and upward of the low belly, the torso, a lifting of the heart, and a squeezing of the shoulder blades together. There is no need to drop the head back. With your hands as they are, lengthen your left leg and then bring the sole of the right foot to the mat. We'll move into a twist to the right. As we inhale front and center, Janu Shirshasana, that right knee drops out to the ground. Heart faces your left knee. We draw the belly in and exhale, reaching the heart forward, not the nose, not the chin. If you'd like to give yourself a little assist, the right thumb comes inside the right hip crease and thigh and spins that thigh backward. And that twist on the other side. The breath in brings us forward to prepare for Janu Shirshasana on the other side. If your the bent knee is really high, you can always place a prop underneath somewhere. And then you might shift that prop as you reach your heart forward to hinge at your hips. Rise up, both legs extend. Sit up super tall, making this sort of L. We'll find, I forget what it's called, but it's a shepherd's pose. Staff pose. Aha! Finger tops down on the ground beside you. Push into them, and then maybe your hands flatten so your shoulder blades can come together and your shoulders away from your ears. Heels are reaching forward. Belly is reaching up. It's almost as if you could lift your bottom from the ground, but you're not. From here, we'll drape the belly slowly down the thighs. Hands can come forward. Maybe the knees bend a little bit. Not overstretching, not telling your body you can do more. Just letting the body soften into the posture. Rise back up. We'll go ahead and stack the logs. So bend your right knee, bringing the shin parallel to the mat as much as possible in front of you. And then we bend the left knee and stack the logs. It is, after all, fireplace season here in Vermont. Some people might have a half lotus or a full lotus. You are welcome to take that. I have a little bit of space between my knee and my ankle, so I'm just going to prop that up so I can soften into the pose. It's kind of like, hey, I'm hanging around having a cup of coffee pose, which is sort of like ultimately yoga embodied into your everyday, right? If you're feeling yogic, you're serene, you're focused, you're relaxed, and yet the body is supporting itself. The body is supporting the mind. While you're grabbing a cup of coffee with a friend, there you go. And perhaps you're listening to the body, you're listening to your friend, you're listening to yourself, and having a nice time. Even if you're trying to solve problems. We'll shift that up so that we restack the logs the other way. And you might find that this side is looser or tighter. I can actually get my thigh down to my foot on this side. And again, we sit up, nice strong belly. We're not dumping everything into the low back or the heart, or reaching the head back and the chin forward. We're nice and sturdy and straight and strong. And other ST words. Okay, we're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat a little bit apart, not that much. Wrap the arms around the shins and lift the heart. Draw the belly in. It's kind of like a hug, but you're also strengthening some key muscles. And if you are not seated at the back of your mat, you're going to bring your hands behind you, shift your bottom off the mat and behind. This is the fun part, the little kid part that I started working on a couple of weeks ago, and it has been super helpful for me in terms of isolating some of my muscles and also having the body do something it completely doesn't do during the day. So the arms float in front, they lock back into your shoulders. You're sitting up nice and tall. Chest is reaching toward the luna, top of the head toward the luna. Sitting bones are the steady and sturdiness, but the heart is also forward and up, not just up, so that the shoulder blades kind of snuggle toward each other. We're now going to walk, just using the legs, the hips, the belly, all the way forward onto the mat. Notice where you feel it. You can take your time. You can take a rest. Little kids do this all the time. We lose sight of the ability. My mat is now folding forward, so now it's farther. The front is farther away from me again. And once you're at the front, nice strong belly as we very, very slowly come down to our backs. You might want to bring this into a boat or a half boat. And once you're down to the mat, a nice full body stretch. Woo-hoo! Right knee hugs in. We shift the hips to the right a little bit and let that knee cross the body for our twist. So we're coming on to the left side. You're welcome to extend the right leg out toward the left and work both shoulder blades toward the ground. If you can, the gaze toward the sky or the opposite side of your knee, the opposite direction of your knees. It's a really big twist. The spine, the hips. I have some glutes going on. You could bring that bottom foot, the left foot, closer to your bottom. And feel what you feel where you feel it. Not good, not bad, not positive, not negative, not black, not white. Just, hey, what's going on? My right shoulder's a little farther away from the mat than I would like, so I'm gonna bring my hand downward a little bit. And in this quietude, have you jumped back into a habit and you're telling yourself something from your mind? Or are you allowing an open mind so the body can communicate with you? Then roll onto the back, feet back onto the mat, shift the hips over to the left. Straighten your right leg, draw your left knee in, and let it cross the body. Gaze is opposite that knee. Maybe the left leg extends out, but not so much so that the left shoulder blade lifts away from the ground. If you like, you can bend your bottom leg and bring the heel toward your bottom. Roll to your spine, soles of the feet on the ground, shift around till your spine is nice and long. And without thinking, find your final pre-rest pose. Happy baby, legs up the wall, maybe just knees to the chest and a little rock. Maybe circles with the knees. Perhaps you prefer a Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the body connect with Mother Earth. Let the consciousness connect with the power of the moon, space, your own consciousness. And when this feels complete, find your way into your final resting posture, whatever that might be, for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want to be comfortable. You could have hands on your chest or your belly or your ribs. You might place something over your midline. I'm actually going to put a block there. Just a little bit of extra weight reduces any sense of anxiety and oftentimes reduces any sense of not being safe. Back body is melting to the earth. If you need to shift, it's okay, because guess what? This is not a competition. We're not in the Olympics. You're not getting scored on whether or not you landed perfectly in the posture. You're letting the body, not the mind, explore. The body says something's pinching. Go ahead and shift. Don't think about it. Just let the body naturally find the shift. Give yourself permission to inhale deeply once again. Maybe take another full body stretch. Squeeze the fists, squeeze the toes, and force them open, those fingers and toes. Soles of the feet come to the mat, and we find our way first onto one side. We are headed into the U.S. week of giving thanks. It doesn't mean we can't give thanks throughout the rest of the year, but it is a focused time. So maybe first bring your intention back into mind, and then go ahead and identify something that you're grateful for. Let's press ourselves back to a comfortable seat. And use a single chant of Om to share that gratefulness, to spread the energy of our intention, and to make for a great rest of the day. Hands are at your heart. Take a nice full breath in for your chant. Thumb knuckles right to the center of your forehead. We honor these bodies that we are lent for our time on earth. Namaste. With a heartfelt thanks for those who played with me live here, practiced with me live, and for any of those who will practice with the recording. Thank you to the great increase in followers over the past couple of weeks. Very much appreciated. Knowing that this is offered because lots of people either can't afford it or are not in Vermont, so they do not have opportunity to come in person. Next week, the Saturday after U.S. Thanksgiving, there will be a live class, and always, you can use the recordings. One more item, just from my heart. We are reopening our glass blowing after some maintenance the first Saturday in December, and every Saturday until the week before the Christmas holiday, there will be seasonal ornament making, so people can stop in and make their own ornament. Check out the website, saltandsandstudios.com, for more info. Okay. Mwah. Have a great one. Thank you. Bye.